Donte Jackson.
I like Donte a lot. Shout out to Donte, man.
I'd bring him back on an affordable deal.
Yeah, because he was getting, what, 16, 17 this year?
Nothing more than double digits.
Yeah, he was getting – he has a nice deal.
He did, yeah.
Yeah, because it was like a contract swap almost, man, when you talk about his deal versus Deontay Johnson's deal. I don't hate the Donte Jackson contract. Like,
I think it's got to be less than 10.
I think it's hard to get less than 10 when he gave you 5 picks.
Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna what that's gonna mean for him in the open market, but I just think
5 picks is 5 picks.
Yeah,
that's like
whenever
10 sacks.
Here's the thing though, whenever you watch them, I mean the availability as well.
That's true. Yeah.
Him being up there in age, like to me, I don't think he's worth more than 10 after seeing him last year. I know some of the picks, but I don't know. You know, some of them were a little janky.
Picks, though,
I know,
bro.
no,
Yeah.
I get it,
Picks picks, man.
But
and
with his age,
because is he 30? He's not 30 yet.
30. I'm seeing on over the cap. 30. It's either he's
I was
29,
saying he's about to be 30,
turning
yeah, I think
30,
he's
or
about to
30,
turn 30.
turning 31.
Yeah, he turns 30 in November.
Yeah, he's a good player.
Yeah, that's my thing. I'm like, the 5 picks I think are definitely a thing that stands out to me, and that's one of the reasons why I want to keep him, because it's like, man, when you're finding a guy that can create turnovers, think about it, man. We went through a time where we were like longing to find a corner, longing to find a secondary guy that could create turnovers, and he's not the all right, put him on an island man-to-man corner, but he is a dude that can play man, but he's also a guy that is just very smart in terms of how he operates in zone coverage, and that's why he gets a lot of those overthrows, because he's always in the right position. But his career shows you it's only been one season where he hasn't had interceptions. Excuse me, and that was the year he was coming back from the Achilles his last year in Carolina. Outside of that, this is a guy that has shown his turnovers aren't fluky. That's him. Every single season he's been in the league, he's had multiple interceptions outside of the year he was coming back from the Achilles. So that's the part that I do think people are going to look from outside and say, yeah, he is getting more and more back to form because he's getting further removed from that Achilles. And if this dude just went in that scheme and had 5 picks, I think that, yeah, I would pay him 10. I would pay him 12. Like, it ain't a ton of dudes that be getting the picks like that. We know it's more bad corners than it is good corners, first off. Like, that's one of the hardest positions to play. So when you finally see a dude that is kind of good and actually making plays, those dudes you do a little bit more for. It's kind of like quarterback, but not all the way it's not all the way to the extreme. But because he plays corner, that's one of those sexy positions. That's why I brought up the pass rush part. If you can get 10 sacks as a pass rusher, you don't have to be great, but 10 sacks as a pass rusher, they about to pay you $100 million. You're like, bro, whoa, you ain't TJ Watt. But because you get 10 sacks, they looking at you like, yo, you're one of those guys at that position.
I mean, he's definitely in the phase of his career where he's CB2, and that's one of the reasons I question.
What's the going rate for CB2, though?
Well, and going back, you're bringing up the picks and everything and how much they matter and how teams view that. Patrick Peterson coming off his last Vikings year, I think he had like 5 picks. I think it was 5 or 6 picks, and we signed him for, I think it was only 7 per year.
Yeah.
And he was at that stage in his career where Donte Jackson kind of is now, and Patrick Peterson was the bigger name at that point.
How old was Pat P when we brought him in, though? I thought he was
a little bit older than Donte
I thought he was
Jackson
already
right
past
now,
30,
but
whereas DJ was younger, but we also got him via trade, too. So that part is different. At least we knew with Pat P, like, we had a chance to set our market for him.
And that's the thing with Pat P after his season here in Pittsburgh, we were all saying we're moving off him. At least with Donte Jackson, I'm like, let's bring him back. I mean, I think he's solid for us. He wasn't getting cooked out there. My problem was the injuries, really.
Yeah, the availability is definitely an issue.
And he's not a physical corner. He's just not someone we're building around for the next 4 or 5 years.
That's why he's not CB1.
I think he's for the next year or two, someone that's just filling in for maybe our next future corner stepping in, playing across from JPJ.
But I agree. And I think you get that done on a 2-year. It could be a 3-year deal in the sense of the contract like language, but we know only a year or 2 years of that is guaranteed. That's kind of how I look at it. But I think if you let it leave, I'm creating another hole. where I'm praying that Corey Trice is going to give me his production. I'm praying that James Pierre, or I'm praying that another outside free agent or a draft pick is going to give me Donte Jackson's production. Whereas, like, man, I've already found Donte. We know we don't draft corners well anyway. So it's like, hey, all right, we hit on a draft pick. Now let's go keep paying one. All right. And I think for the next 2 years, you can get away with paying DJ in that 10 to 12 range without feeling like, yo, I'm messing up long-term situations here. I think that first year, you want to make sure that money is guaranteed, because obviously that's what the players care about the most, that first year. If you get that second year with some of it guaranteed, or if it's a March bonus, workout, roster bonus, whatever, that gives us the time to now see what the season looked like. And if we like what it looked like, then yeah, you allow them to keep the roster bonus and you have them on that season. But if not, you got the out, you got the flexibility to walk away. I like it like that, because I think that this offseason, I don't want to have to be worrying about finding another corner. Like, I'd much rather focus on receiver, D-line, quarterback. And then it's like, all right, now we got house money, versus if Donte Jackson leave, man, cornerback is shooting right back up to the top of the list of what we're going to need here. And now we're asking ourselves, all right, do we feel good about JPJ being our one, or do we want to have him as an elite level 2? Like, what's your thought process? You know what I mean?
Let me see who's available, because I think that's part of the equation too.
It definitely is.
I think we're on the same page. Like, I want Donte Jackson back. It's just for the amount.
For the amount, yeah.
Of course, it's not the end of the world if we're overpaying him a couple million.
Yeah. Because
of the position too. He knows how to make the numbers work. The salary cap's going up. I would just prefer. I think that's more in line with where we need Donte Jackson back at, is like under 10 at somewhere under 10. I think that's fair. But yeah, if he wants a little bit more, sees that we're hurting for corner, maybe the cornerback market's not that good, he asks for 10, 11, says, I got the 5 picks, whatever. But depends a little bit on who's available.
And continuity. You don't have to guess if this new DB fits the scheme, if he is a good locker room guy. What is he doing to JPJ messaging wise? How do they practice and stuff like that? Like, because you even heard when DJ was on the show, when Donte Jackson came on the show with us, he said that, that was part of the thing that he gets to do, is almost like mentor JPJ. He gets to tell him, like, yo, man, I've seen this. Yo, you're doing this right. Yo, this is this. Keep going. So all of that, when you bring into the negotiation table, all of that comes into play. And if you're Donte Jackson, like, I'm sure he's going to, highlight that type of stuff along with the on-field production to just continue to add to his value. Now, I see some people bringing up DJ Reed. Yeah, so shout out to Apple Bite. Shout out to Juice Bellamy.
Boy Gilmore's out there.
Oh, hey, you know how I feel about Gilly the Kid, man. Now, granted, at this stage, Gilly is he could be Donte Jackson, though. Excuse me on that one. Yeah, we're not talking about being JPJ or being CB1 bona fide. No. We're talking be Donte Jackson. Gilly can give me that. For certain, Gilly can give me that.
So he got $7 million last year.
Yeah, I like Gilly. You know how I
now
feel
he's
about
another
Gilly.
year older.
Gilly, true man to man. That's yeah. But
I thought he played good with the Vikings from the games I saw.
He definitely did, bro. Gilly had the closeout pick. Was that against Rodgers? It might have been. Yeah, he had the closeout pick. Come on, bro. I'm Gilly fan, bro. That's the young. Well, he ain't young no more. Yeah, he probably got some grades on him now, but yeah, dude.
So DJ Reed, they're saying market value's 15. Shavarius Ward around 15.
Whoa! You said 15 for DJ Reed?
Yeah, 13.
Shavarius Ward is interesting. Obviously we know his situation, man, out in San Fran. Not organizationally issues, but in terms of him losing his daughter and him going through talking about the PTSD that he's experiencing, and to the point that even his fiance doesn't even want to go back to their home in California because it's just too traumatic for them, which we definitely can understand. And that's why we say thoughts and prayers to him and his family. But that did seem like he was kind of implying that a change of scenery is something that he would be open to and probably would benefit from. So in that capacity, man, if we're talking about places where it's an appeal, we know organizationally Coach T, man, that's one of them dudes that love on you the right way. But he also, in terms of Shavarius Ward, he plays the game the right way, man. Big physical corner, man, gonna beat you up, can tackle, but got good ball skills. I would like that one, but I think he would be the most expensive. What's his market?
They got him and Reed around 15.
I would say, yeah, because if DJ's at 15,
Carlton Davis is out there.
What's his market? I feel like Davis is I feel like Davis is the cheaper of it. Yeah, I would definitely go. They probably going to Reed because Reed is a little bit younger than Ward, isn't he?
Just by a year,
By
and
a
a
year.
half.
Okay, yeah, because I could see them doing DJ Reed if he's younger, and then Ward, and then from there going with Carlton Davis. But for us, man, any of those three work. Yeah, if I had my way, I think I want Ward of the three, though, because I think just the total package of what he brings. But I like Reed, though. Reed's tough. But Reed for 15, I don't know if I want him for 15.
Right.
Like, that's my only thing with him. Like, I don't want to do that.
I think they're upgrades over Donte Jackson.
I would agree. All three of those are upgrades, but I think I view Ward as a true one. Reed 1-ish, and I think Davis is an elite 2. Like, but in comparison to Donte Jackson, in comparison to even Steven Nelson, remember when he was here? Like, I think all of them are in that class, but slightly better.
Yeah. I was gonna say they're not much younger than Donte Jackson.
What's Donte Jackson's market, or what they're projecting with him then? If they got DJ and them boys at 15, he got to be 12, right? 10, 12.
They don't got his number on Spot Rack.
Yeah, but if those was at 15,
in fact, Ward's older than Donte Jackson.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and Ward's had injuries as well.
Yeah, they don't have his market value up. Yeah, that could be interesting.
Yeah.
Rasul Douglas.
You know, I like Rasul. He's been up in Buffalo these past
Jeff
couple years.
Okudah, Byron Murphy.
I need Rasul to stay where he's at. He don't need to go anywhere. All right, that he can stay put. You said Byron Murphy.
Yeah.
Where's he coming from right now? That's
Vikings.
Yeah, because he was opposite Gilly. What's his? They got a market value for him yet or no?
No.
So is any number above 15 from what you're seeing?
The only three they have market values on are
just those
Reed,
three?
Ward, and Davis.
Okay. It's the early in the process, but they probably saying okay. Legitimate options, though. Definitely got some options.
Yeah, there's guys out there. If you don't sign Donte Jackson.
Yeah.
But you got to be on the ball because those top three corners are probably going to get signed pretty quick in the free agency process.
Yeah.
So if you're dragging your feet with the Donte Jackson decision, you're probably going to miss out on some of the other guys that are very capable of replacing him.
Jair Alexander, he's up this year?
No.
Okay. I saw BJB bring him up in the chat, man. Shout out to you over there,
Maybe
man.
trade.
Rocking with us. I was say, yeah, it's a trade bait though, trade candidate. Because they got a couple of younger dudes over there.